Pagi. Oh, pagi. Oh, Waalaikumsalam. Allah. Waalaikumsalam. Melaka. Berjaya hujan. Melaka ni mendung, tak berjaya hujan ni. Waalaikumsalam. Baru breakfast. Dah breakfast dah tadi. Dah habis aku. Job lalu tak ada. Malah nak top up ni. Tak ada ping lah. Tu menung. Pagi tadi kat rumah Salun tunggu kat rumah, ping ada kat job ni Melaka Central ke apa kan. Hari ni tak ada. Aku sampai kena keluar pun tadi. Sampai town tak ada ping. Sunyi teruk. Yalah, yang mau lepas gaji. Mau lepas gaji tengah bulan gaji tak ada lagi. Macam nak hujan ni tapi dia menung Melaka ni. Tapi Waalaikumsalam. Ni Melaka. Hujan lah. Sejuk sikit. Mendung teruk ni. Ni menung lebih sikit sebab MD lagi. Itu lagi double menung. Sebab tahu job tak ada. Kajang menung ni. Ni dia dah gelap ni. Apa dia? Bila tadi situ lagi. Angin nanti. Sejuk sangat. Malam tadi. Malam tak pasti. MD MD KL lah, KCC.
Bonjas please.
4,000 dulu kan. So sekejap lagi boleh kutip. Kat sini. Yang tak. Apa yang di KCC je lah. Ya. KCC je. Hari-hari dah hari-hari lah. Dapat dengan tak dapat je lah kan. Tak dapat kita kutip, tu tak ada hal kan. Tak dapat kita kutip lah. Waalaikumsalam. Mula kutip. Tak bawa grab dah ke? Aku tengah buat apa ni? Mana laju. Tunggu job. Buat mana lepak? Ni Melaka Raya ni. On the way PD. Dapat job PD. Adalah ada ramai je lagi Parlimen Airport. Ada sampai sekarang ada lagi Parlimen. Queue sekarang 2,000 kot airport. So ada 2,000 Parlimen sekarang. Alhamdulillah. Sebelah sana. Sekejap tengok harga je. Mana walk in macam tu lah. Boleh lah walk in ni. Cuma nak tapis job je. Tapi harga tak boleh. Tapi lah job 6-seater banyak terlepas lah. Semalam je 5 job 6-seater terlepas. So pick up jauh. Awak cancel tegak je. Ini job 6-seater. Ini lagi. Okey. Kalau korang kaki kutip boleh lah okey. Kaki kutip okey. Kalau kau kaki MD punya orang, kaki pancing tak apa sesuai sangat. Main insentif okey. Alhamdulillah. Dia bukan ada dalam app ni. Sekejap dia bukan ada notification tu. Oh, tapi aku dah walk in dah tak dapat lah bro. Tak tahu nak tengok kat mana dia. Ya, help center dia tengok lah. Mana yang tak opt in lagi dapat lah yang tu. Check message. Kalau yang dah opt in ni aku tak tahu. Nak opt out pun aku tak tahu macam mana kan. Macam mana rupa Sekarang dah tak ada ajak ya. Sebab dah ramai driver ni pun. Discover Discover. Yang tu Discover pergi dekat Discover ada. Discover. Ni ada yang bagi tahu ni. Discover apa tu dia terus keluar ni. Nak opt in ke nak opt out. Aku dah lama tak bilik. Kredit tak ada. Cita-cita tinggi ni di KL. Kredit tak ada. Ini kalau aku ni bukannya nak sangat insentif pun. Sebab nak tapi job tu. Kalau nak pick up jauh banyak job RM5 pick up jauh. Aduh. Sekarang semalam dalam senu-senu tak 1.5 semalam. Semalam betul dapat. Semalam 1.5 semalam dalam sendu-sendu tu. Bang booking tak ada. Bang booking tak ada. Laku, penat aku cakap berbuih lah. Berbuih. Dia dah menelung tu tak hujan-hujan. Belum. Masuklah KL satu kali. KL six seater. Biasa minggu lepas hampir setiap hari dapat. Minggu lepas minggu ni je pisang sikit. Tak dapat. Hari ni dah hari apa? Hari Khamis dah kira dah 4 hari dia tak dapat. Mungkin minggu lepas ramai lah. Dia minggu lepas ramai lah dapat geng-geng Melaka dapat pergi KL hampir setiap hari. Minggu ni dalam sehari tu 2-3 orang dapat. Kalau dalam sebab sekarang pun sendu kan. So kau dah tahu lah. Maksudnya demand tak banyak lah. Sebab tu aku punya perangai. Kalau dah lepas Zohor tu tak dapat, aku kutip lah sampai petang kan. Tak ada nak tunggu dah sampai sudah. Sebab ada jenis perangai yang tunggu sampai sudah. Sebab dia Melaka lepas-lepas maghrib tu banyak juga job. Banyak juga job balik KL. Tapi tu aku petang-petang tu sebab dah penat kan. Dah penat tu tak ada lah, aku balik lah. Aku kalau pagi-pagi macam ni aku suka kan dapat. At least kalau macam pagi ni dapat pergi Melaka. Dia lagi best kalau dapat betul-betul pagi tu pukul 8, pukul 9 tu kau dapat pergi KL. Sampai KL tu MD balik Melaka. Boleh dapat tu. Senang sebab daripada Melaka, kau bayangkan daripada KL lagi senang nak dapat pergi Melaka daripada Melaka pergi KL. Melaka KL payah sikit. Saingan banyak. Geng-geng MD tu ada di sana. Daripada Melaka, daripada KL senang sebab apa namanya, KL Melaka harga rahmah kan. So budak-budak KL tak nak. So budak Melaka mana dapat janji ada duit minyak balik ambil kan. 1.5, paling sikit 1.5 lah. Bersih 1.5. 1.5. Lepas tu mahal lah. Dah cakap lah. Daripada KL paling mahal aku dapat 300 lebih lah. Just grab. Sekejap. Ada simpan screenshot dari KL kan. Kita cerita dari KL kan. Dari KL ni sekejap. Yalah 300 lebih kat 400. Nak 374, 384, lebih sikit. Tu paling high fare pada KL. Just grab. Situ meninggal lagi. Tapi aku pernah kalau pada Melaka 2 kali dapat. Dekat 600 high fare. Just grab. Dua kali pun airport silap aku. Airport. Lepas tu bila dapat situ harga sama macam harga high fare just grab. Aduh. So dia murah-murah macam ni lah harga dia je. Macam ni lah 187 kira bersih 1.5 lebih, 1.6 lebih yang murah. Dua tu lebih. Ni biasa lah ni, 2 lebih. Tapi itulah, kawan lain pernah lah dapat sampai 1,000 lebih di KL daripada Melaka. Daripada Melaka paling tinggi member pernah dapat 700. Tak pernah sampai 1,000 lagi. Setakat yang aku tahulah. Aku tak tahu kod ada yang pernah dapat tu kan. Tapi kalau ni cerita-cerita member tak ada. Kalau sendu-sendu macam ni, kalau dapat pun, kalau pada Melaka sendu sini dah lah 200 lebih lah. 250, 230 je lah. Sendu-sendu. KL tu kat mana? Ni pun penat dah cakap. KL tu kat Pudu, area Pudu. Kat Pudu. Tapi macam aku tak apa macam mana aku nak cakap. Tak satu tempat lah. Kadang Pudu dekat belah-belah UTC tu, kadang belah-belah apa nama ni, nak hala ke mana? Nak hala ke Bukit Bintang kan. Kadang kat situ. Kadang belah-belah dekat Cilan tu. Tengok mana tergagak. Tapi biasanya dekat Pudu. Dekat belah-belah Pudu. Sebab dekat belah-belah Pudu tu biasanya job akan tarik kau area situ lah. Area situ. Tambah harga murah. Pada dulu orang tahu dah murah. Dia sebelum PKP dia harga ampun sikit. Main MD hari-hari lah. Tapi macam aku cakap lah, bila aku tak dapat, aku kutip kan. Lagi dengan lepas Zuhur kan tak ada, aku kutip lah. Senang je, matematik dia mudah kan. Takkan kau nak tunggu selagi tak dapat tak tunggu pula. Tak dapat kutip lah kan. Kita perlu meneruskan kehidupan ni. Hari-hari. Tapi aku MD sebenarnya sepatutnya sekarang aku dah kutip balik dah ni. Tapi disebabkan sendu sangat, so macam tak apa, ingin lepas Zuhur aku kutip. Macam insting merasakan macam dia dapat KL lagi tengah hari. MD limit sejam setengah dia sekarang ni. Sebab yang tu yang akaun KL. Akaun KL. Akaun Melaka MD lama lagi. akaun negeri lain semua MD lama lagi. Korang yang kat KL lah kesian. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Grab Mandarin dah dibubarkan. Korang marah betul Grab Mandarin Korang marah sebab harga tu. Sebab harga. Aku rasa kalau harga dia beza tak banyak, korang pun tak bising. Apa menung? Menung lah, jawab tak ada menung lah. Oh lain MD KL dengan negeri lain. Cerita macam mana? Macam mana? Kau tukar lah akaun. Tapi masalahnya kalau kau pakai akaun negeri lain, contoh kalau kau nak kayuh kat KL, kau pakai akaun negeri 9 je tu, kau tak boleh avoid tempat-tempat yang boleh avoid dekat KL tu kan. Macam ni kan akaun Melaka kan. Allah, location to avoid. Nampak ni, korang kalau dekat KL 3 tempat buat kan, 3 tempat buat. Melaka ada 2 je. Nampak? Melaka ada 2 je. Dan tak banyak pun tempat yang boleh di avoid. Sekejap tunjuk kat korang sekejap. Ni nampak ni, tak banyak pun tempat yang boleh avoid. Nampak? Tak banyak. So lain lah. Korang kalau kata nak tukar akaun negeri lain sebabkan nak MD lama, tapi itulah avoid tu tak, avoid dia ikut negeri tu lah. Avoid tak banyak. So maksudnya kalau kau jenis tu MD KLIA, kau pakai akaun Melaka, memang tak sampai KLIA lah. Kan? Memang ke Semenyih, ke Kajang tu selalu lah tu. Hai, ni apa nama kau ni? Januari lah. MBKL punya aku tembak KLCC je. Kalau KL ada orang tembak Pavilion, dia KLCC je lah senang. Ada orang tembak Dataran Merdeka kan. Aku KLCC je senang. Sebab kadang-kadang aku tembak KLCC pun dapat kat job pergi Dataran Merdeka. Betul ke kena pakai handphone power baru dapat ping cepat? Tak pun. Aku pakai handphone apa ni nampak ni? X9C Smart. Handphone ni best. Tapi kalau daripada segi processor, tak nak hang ke apa kan, ada modal carilah handphone sedap-sedap sikit. Dia tak ada hang ke apa kan. Kalau kau pakai mid range ni, kau kena pilih, kau kena shopping lebih sikit. Kalau iPhone mid range ni, iPhone pun yang harga 1000, memang harga iPhone kan, iPhone pun macam ni kan, tak sampai 1000 ni berapa? X9C 900 ke 800 lebih. Aku rasa 800 lebih, tak sampai 900 pun. So iPhone yang bawah 1000 ni kau kena, apa kata, kena study lebih sikit, tengok chipset dia kan. Chipset lah, peranan penting sikit. Kalau tak ada modal, cari handphone chipset yang ni sikit. Yelah, banyak je handphone bawah 1000 power kan. Tak semestinya pakai handphone mahal. Ada ambil loan dengan Grab, ada. Tapi yang baru-baru ni Grab dah tak ada offer lah. Sebab yang sebelum-sebelum ni aku ada lambat bayar. Job tak ada, job sendu, lambat bayar. Tu dah lama dia tak ada offer. Yang last aku ambil tu hari sekejap mana aku nak tengok ni, bulan berapa tu hari. So ada sekali tu, sebab ping memang sendu kan, ping memang sendu. Cakap macam mana aku nak membayar orang ni. Lepas tu last ni bila ni yang ni bulan berapa tu hari, bulan 2 tu hari. Bulan 2 hari tu yang last, tapi tengah bayar lagi. Ni bulan apa? Bulan 4. Evan booking ada. Aku memang rajin check bila tengah MD macam ni kan. Tengah MD macam ni, ni skrin aku bila tengah MD ni aku check. Sebab tu kadang bila tak dapat job MD pun dapat job Evan booking pun okey. Biasa aku dapat. Okey. Biasa AB baru lah. Pergi KLIA dah banyak kali. Pergi KLIA, KLIA banyak kali lah. Salah. KLIA baru dapat 2-3 kali. Okey. 2 kali cerita aku. 2 kali cerita, sekali just grab. Tapi pick up bukan belah-belah town ni lah. Belah-belah rumah adik aku sana. Belah-belah dekat Famosa sana. Apa nama ni, lepas tu kalau kata yang belah-belah town ni aku dapat banyak ke Johor kan. Aku dah cerita banyak kali dah. Banyak ke Johor, Muar, Batu Pahat banyak gila. Batu Pahat, lepas tu JB. Kalau Evan Booking dia memang rajin hantar aku ke selatan. Jok sendu Grab tak ada open loan lagi. Last ni loan dengan Shopee. Aku loan dengan Shopee ni aku risau sikit. Sebab aku tengok katanya dia kalau lambat bayar dia charge RM10 kan. Lambat sehari dia dah RM10 tu. Customer cancel kita dapat full amount. Ya betul. Tapi yang pasal dapat full amount tu jaga sikit. Sebab banyak dah kena clawback balik. Sebab passenger complain. Dia kata driver spoofing location. Tak ada ramai kena ni. So jaga sikit. Dah hujan lah. Ingat dah mendung teruk ni. Hujan teruk. Alah hujan manja ni. Ini jauh lalu tak ada ni. Dapat orang apa? Kalau dekat Melaka ni dah dalam, bukan kat Melaka je. Sebab tu minggu lepas dapat pergi KL pun. Aku duk dapat Cina sana, Cina Tanah Besar. Elok kat KL, elok kat Melaka. Banyak Cina sana. Itu nasib baik aku punya Tasyengo. Aku dah register merchant tu. Sibuk nak bayar apa nama ni, Alipay. Untuk MD sekarang kaki kutip macam saya happy. Untuk MD tak faham. Untuk MD sekarang kaki kutip macam happy, tak faham. Betul, ramai dari Cina tu. Aku semalam sebaiklah zaman handphone canggih. Sebab tu Grab nak buat Grab Mandarin tu bercakap pakai handphone, pakai Google Translate. Cakap pakai Google Translate. Aduh, ya apa tak boleh. 2 MD boleh 6 je. Hari Merdeka kau balik. Balik cuti. Baliklah, kau nak aku ambil kau kat airport ke apa? Boleh. Aku ambil kau kat airport 1,000. 1,000. Hantar kau balik rumah 1,000. Boleh? Pakai Google Translate. Pakai Google Translate lah. Ni kan Cina kan untuk Google Translate je. Ni nampak ni Chinese Simplified ni. Kau tekan ni, kau suruh dia cakap boleh. Tak ada hal. Kau suruh dia cakap. Kau tekan mic tu, suruh dia cakap. Cakap. Lepas tu dia keluar translate. Okey. Boleh. Boleh je sebenarnya. Sini dah besar. Dah ada KT pergi KL siap tu. Berapa tu? 2,000 tu. Sakit. Ada tukang bagi job dekat dibaca atau biasa. Tu pada dulu. Ya, tu aku cakap Grab Mandarin boleh buat lebih tu. Tapi itulah driver banyak bising kan. So aku jadi macam alamak, sayang lah. Tapi dia tak nak dah. Itulah dia sebenarnya bukan kat Malaysia je. Dekat Singapura pun dia pun dah tak jadi buat kat Tori pun dia buat pun driver bising juga kan. Sini sana dah subuh belum sana tu? Belum lagi ya? 11:25. Kalau tunggu makan je. Apa tunggu makan dah habis makan dah nampak. Air pun nak habis lah. Alhamdulillah. Pukul 1 tak ada kan, kita cari masjid, solat, lepas tu kita kutip lah. Aku punya style gitu lah, tak ada nak tunggu je, tak ada. Walaupun ada jenis tunggu sampai sudah. Kali hati aku tak tabah lah itu. Tak setabah itu lah. Dah setengah jam. Sana pukul 5 pagi ya, subuh. 5 pagi. Kat Malaysia ni tak silap aku awal-awal pun 5.40 silap aku. 5.40 pagi ke 5.35. Itu pun aku kecil kot, yang awal-awal tu. Sekarang tak ada, sekarang 5.50. Pukul 6. Sekarang pukul 6 kan. Sekarang pukul 6 subuh. Minyak di KL pakai Zoria boleh backup balik kosong Melaka. Okey, kalau dapat job sedap, job high fare, kalau kau dapat job high fare, boleh je balik saja. Tapi macam aku punya style, macam ni aku punya style. Katalah macam ni, tengah-tengah hari baru dapat pergi KL kan. Alhamdulillah, tengah hari baru dapat pergi KL. So aku dah tahu dah, dekat KL dia sampai tengah hari je. Aku paling lambat pernah dapat balik Melaka pukul 2 lebih. Itu last dapat balik Melaka. Yang lepas-lepas tu kalau ikut pengalaman pukul 4 pukul 5 tu fake booking banyak. Dah banyak kali lah kena. Dia pukul 4 pukul 5 tu memang ada job masuk fake booking. Kau baru nak pergi ambil, cancel kan. Tapi aku punya style, katalah aku cari lagi tengah hari dapat pergi KL, aku kutip sampai KL, aku kutip lah. Tapi kutip isi cerita je. Kutip isi cerita sampai maghrib dia tu lebih kurang. Lepas tu aku cari pot tidur, ikutlah sama ada cari pot tidur atau check in hotel. Tengok asyuk tak asyuk. Kalau asyuk, kita check in hotel. Hotel pun RM50 je kan. Banyak lah hotel murah-murah. Dia yang aku rasa ni nak bagi tahu. Hotel murah-murah, kalau kau check dekat Agoda, nak hotel murah kau memang kena check harga petang ni. Ni untuk korang-korang yang jauh-jauh lah. Jauh-jauh nak check hotel harga murah, check petang. Kau jangan check pagi. Kalau check pagi macam susah sikit tau nak jumpa harga hotel lah. Hotel RM50, RM60 susah habis. Kalau kau check petang, pukul 6, pukul 7 ni tu kau check kan, check silap hotel harga RM30 pun ada. Tapi kalau yang RM30 ni kebiasaannya tandas kongsi lah. So baca tu tak ada juga kadang yang RM30. Tandas tak kongsi kan. Kalau tandas tak kongsi tu memang hotel lah. Kau baca RM40, RM50. Tengok mood. Lepas tu aku dah tidur, sama ada check in atau cari spot tidur. Lepas tu pagi tu sembahyang subuh benda semua. Lepas sembahyang subuh tu terus pergi port lah. Pergi port pancing balik Melaka. Biar kebiasaannya nak pergi Melaka pagi-pagi tu senang. Sebab kebanyakan orang yang pergi Melaka, pelancong-pelancong ni pergi Melaka, day trip. Maksudnya biasanya aku tak ikat lah, tapi ada orang rajin ikat. Macam aku tak ikat, pada tahu petang ni nak balik, aku beritahu dalam grup, jadi orang ni nak balik petang kan, ni nak balik. Pandai kau lah. Petang hotel tu. Yelah, betul lah kot. Sebab perasan kalau kau check sebelum tengah hari kan, aku perasan macam susah jumpa hotel harga RM50-40. Tak ada. Kalau kau check petang, kau jumpa babe harga hotel RM50, RM40. Hotel best lah tu. Bukannya apa nama ni, hotel kokak-kokak lah tu. Yang biasa harga yang best bagi aku lah. Harga best dan selesa, parking okey. Ya Allah, apa benda nama hotel tak coket tu, yang dekat PWTC tu. Allah, tak ingat lah. Allah, apa benda nama hotel, aku tak ingat lah. Dia dekat coket tu. Parking senang, selesa. Situ best. Tapi tengok ikut orang lah kan. Pandai kena rajin belik lah benda tu. Tapi yang aku cakap, yang aku rasa dia petang murah. Boleh check harga petang murah. Uber, InDrive pun ada dekat Mesir. InDrive ni jangan main-main InDrive ni. Singapura pun dia lah kau. Pun tak bagi kereta exec kat KL. Kereta eksekutif kalau korang, dia yang kebanyakan yang aku kenal kan, yang main exec kat KL ni, dia orang apa nama ni, job tepi banyak bik. Dia banyak job tepi. Job grab tu kurang. Dia terbalik bik. Yang geng-geng yang main exec ni, dia orang banyak layan job tepi berbanding job grab. Banyak job tepi, banyak job pergi Thailand. Pergi Thailand paling biasa lah. Pergi Thailand, pergi Penang, pergi mana, pergi Terengganu, pergi JB. Tu memang long distance. Dia terbalik. Dia yang exec ni dia terbalik. Dia banyak job tepi daripada job grab. Dia geng-geng exec ni bila nampak dong kat airport kan tak ada job tepi, dong melayan grab. Yang lain-lain semua melayan job tepi. Dia kena berani lah. Tapi setakat ni kita kat Malaysia yang kaki-kaki main charter ni jarang lah nak kena kan. Tapi jaga-jaga lah, mana tahu kot apat buat operasi. Sekarang ni aku tengok macam tutup sebelah mata lah. Dia banyak tangkap kereta Singapura sekarang. Kalau kau perasan kan, kereta Singapura masuk Malaysia yang buat charter tu banyak kena. Betul lah, pernah dapat hotel RM50. Nampak aku dah berkenal lebih tu. Aku cakap dia petang-petang dia check harga, memang hotel murah. So aku kan rajin nak check kan. Kadang tu fikir nak check in ke apa kan, rasa macam nak tidur atas katil kan. Sebab naik Zora tidur okey je kan. Kau baring semua seat, bentang tutup tu macam tidur kat rumah. Tapi panas sikit lah. Walaupun ada kipas kan, kau beli kipas berapa puluh ringgit tu kan, dia still panas sikit lah, peluh sikit lah tidur dalam kereta kan. Salam, pergi mana ni bos? Tak ada pergi mana-mana. Tak ada. Kat sini tak ada pergi mana. Pancing job ni. Baru ingat nama hotel kat Coket tu, Leo Palace. Leo Palace. Leo Palace. Dia betul-betul belakang PWTC. Baik situ, parking senang, dekat dengan kedai makan. Situ okey. Situ kebiasaannya bila aku check in situ banyak askar. Dan bila pagi nak check out kan, kau check out pun subuh kan. Lepas subuh tu check out, askar banyak gila. Askar situ. Dia orang training. Mana ni? Melaka Raya. Hujan manja je. Dia punya mendung tu aku macam nak ribut. Malah nak masuk kereta ni. Dah berapa minggu tak masuk kereta. Job lalu pun tak ada. Yo. Ya. Aku kalau Port MD Isnin sampai Jumaat Isnin Khamis, Isnin Jumaat kot. Melaka Raya agak-agak macam boring. Aku lagi pergi Jongkowok. Jongkowok dataran tak tahu. Sebab tak pernah dapat job kat dataran. Jauh-jauh lah. Tak pernah. Ni tengah kutip ke apa? Kutip. Tak kutip. Ni sebab tengah MD ni. Sahabat. Bukan. Sahabat ni kan. Mama kan. Tak ada kita kutip. Tu je. Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Do you have the right wrist motion when stirring tea? Don't go round and round, because if the cup is quite full, it will just drop into the saucer. Instead, go back and forth in a delicate sip. Well, no, you're stirring tea incorrectly. There's absolutely nothing wrong stirring your tea in a circular motion like most normal functioning adults. It's just tea, not Hogwarts potion class. If you're afraid of splashing the tea, maybe it's time for you to borrow some common sense from your neighbor and don't fill the cup like it's a swimming pool. However, if you find yourself with a cup full of tea, just bend your head down and slurp it as such, to reduce the amount of tea in the cup, and stir it in a circular motion as such. But honestly, stir however you like. The Queen's not watching anymore. You have the right wrist motion when stirring tea. Don't go round and round, because if the cup is quite full, it will just splodge into the saucer. Instead, go back and forth in a delicate sip. Well, no, you're stirring tea incorrectly. There's absolutely nothing wrong stirring your tea in a circular motion like most normal functioning adults. It's just tea, not Hogwarts potion class. If you're afraid...
Welcome to Apple headquarters. How can I help? How can you f*** me today? Not this time. Right to sit down. Number one, can you tell me the difference between the iPhone 13 and, I don't know, the last 7 f***ing generations? I mean, the camera will burn the nearest genius bar to the ground if you say camera. Yeah, I got nothing. That would be correct. Number two, my eyes must not be working correctly. Can you find the aux port on this iPhone? Oh, yeah, it's the fucking aux port. The charging port? The fucking charging port. Give me that damn phone. Oh no, my phone died. I guess I better go charge it. Wait, fuck me sideways? Whatever will I do? I mean, you could spend an extra $200 on your AirPods. It's actually $199. Number three, I just bought this iPhone here, and it seems like you may have forgotten the charger. Oh really? That's pretty weird. I mean, you guys are pretty busy. I'm sure you just didn't have time to put it in the box. Yeah, you know, business is just crazy. I wanna know what else is crazy. You're fucking fired. Get the fuck out of my office. I'm the CEO. I said, get the ever-living fuck. Welcome to Apple headquarters. How can I help? How can you fuck me today? Not this time. Right? Sit down. Number one, can you tell me the difference between the iPhone 13?
I won. I didn't expect it. It was cool, but it's recently now been announced that it is me. I am the Anti-Semite of the year. Some people walk so I can run. I can think of no person who walks further than Kanye West. My dear friends. But I do want to borrow from his Grammy acceptance speech because it's incredibly relatable like this.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
Woo! I did it, you guys. I guess we'll never know. You guys thought I was going to spaz out, freak out. No, I won. Fair and square. Take that. I'm very proud of myself. Thank you for all of you who voted for me, and I will do my best in the future to win Anti-Semite of the Galaxy. I won.
This is
a functionable laptop that my parent bought, and supposedly I'll get a new one once it broke. You see, at first it was just a simple extension of mouse and keyboard. But as time goes on, the laptop starting to show problems. At first it was a simple overheating, still functionable, so a fan underneath. Soon after, the battery broke, still functionable, as all we need is just constant charging, and then the memory corrupted, still functionable, using external hard disk as primary. And you know what, even when the screen is not functionable, it's still functionable, as I use a secondary monitor as primary, because long live a functionable laptop, even if it's lost its identity as laptop, it's still functionable. I'ma pass this down as the curse of Permohonan to my next generation. This is a functionable laptop that my parent bought, and supposedly I'll get a new one once it broke. You see, at first it was just a simple extension of mouse and keyboard, but as time goes on, the laptop starting to show problems. At first it was a simple overheating, still functionable.
My girlfriend wants to get a bird. Yeah, not just any bird, a parrot.
So she's really set on this, huh?
Yeah, she's set on it. Nothing I can do about it. If you can't stop it, destroy it. The parrot? The parrot only experience. What do you mean? You'll pretend to adore the parrot. Offer to watch it. Every time she's busy. Guarantee some alone time.
Alone with it? I don't even want her to get.
During which you'll meticulously train this bird to say four phrases only. I miss my hands. Never gamble with a witch.
Bro.
Skins. Help me lift this curse. I just want to hold my kids again. And I venture to guess she won't want to keep that parrot for very long. I can't imagine why.
Or just like communicate with your partner like an adult. Is that a fork? You eat cereal with a fork?
My girlfriend wants to get a bird. Yeah, and not just any bird, a parrot.
So she's really set on this, huh?
Yeah, she's set on it. Nothing I can do about it. If you can't stop it, destroy it.
Package 4, ready? Okay, trust me, signature. Look inside. Oh, you can sign it too. Do I look like Andy? I don't know what really looks like. It looks like Andy. I just see the signature, so I'm not gonna sign. I don't know what it is. Well, I just deliver. I don't know what's inside. Rudy, there's no budget. Just what's up? What could you buy? Oh, it's here. Let me see. Up. What's in it? You just sign it. Be next to me. What's in it? It's for me. Why you can use my money for baggage? I have my own money. Thanks, though. But then you're talking in front of Jimmy. Mark. My name's Mark. I have money, but you never pay what you owe me. How much was it? $79? Here it's $78. Habibi, Mark, how much was this? Sir, I just deliver the packages. Andre Mark, he's just doing his job now. Hey, I'm doing mine. Give me $78. Guys, I have 14 deliveries left today, so do you want to give me $78? Daddy's not your son. Well, thank God he's not. If I don't have $78, Mark not doing 14 delivery today. Fuck it, what's your cash out? Package 4, ready? Okay, try to see your signature. Look these guys. Oh, you can sign it too. Do I look like Rudy? I don't know what Rudy looks like. He looks like an idiot. I just need a signature, sir. I'm not gonna sign. I don't know what it is. Well, I just deliver. I don't know what's inside. Rudy, there's no need. You can just...
This is day one of asking Chef to upgrade my instant ramen.
Hey guys, it's Chef Esther Choi, and this is how I make my ramyeon even better. So first step, we get some olive oil, basil, to get our ramyeon. And we're gonna get those are packets. These are the dehydrated vegetables that goes in. Then we're gonna get our soup pot, and that's frying up. Okay, and then we're gonna add a little bit of tomato sauce, let it simmer for a bit, and add 2 cups of water, 1 egg. And we're going to separate the yolk from the white. And to the egg yolk, some freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. You know a little bit about cooking. You know this is a base to a great carbonara. And by that time, your broth is going to come to a nice little simmer. Go ahead and add our ramen. You don't want the noodles to overcook. You want it to still stay like super al dente. You want to time this right, especially with all of these other ingredients we're adding. It's about time. When the noodles are almost cooked like that, I'm going to lower it. Then we have some of the broth. I'm going to temper the egg yolk and do vigorously mix. Because if I add the yolk straight to that, it's just going to curdle. So it's just adding a little bit of body, like thickness. We're going to set that aside for a second. Remember the egg white, we're not wasting that. We're going to add it and just like kind of mix it in there. When that comes to a simmer and the egg white is all set, we're going to add this 1 clove of garlic. The last minute hit of the garlic changes the flavor of the ramen. More Parmesan, lots and lots of parm. Finish, olive oil, butter.
Oh my god.
Fresh basil. Once you go and do this, the butter will melt, the olive oil, the cheese, and this becomes the most amazing ramyeon you'll ever have.
I'm impressed.
You'll be more impressed when you taste that.
Chef has been take on ramen, tomato ramen. Oh my god. Perfectly cooked, al dente. Did I see it?
It's honestly next level.
Wow, Chef Esther, did it again. Thank you. This is day one of asking Chef to upgrade my
This dance is unlike.
I was your age, we didn't even have cell phones. Well, I think you have a little...
Everyone has a freaking boyfriend except... Thank you. Enjoy. Hey guys, why don't we wait for all our friends to get here and then we'll start eating? How does that sound? Yeah, they should be here in like 3-5 minutes maybe. Sounds good. How does that sound for you, Sophie? Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Enjoy.
Do is go to church once a week. That's a religious family. You don't necessarily have to follow any special laws or pray or do anything. You show up to church once a week, you're religious. So by that token, they were religious. We would miss some weeks, but we weren't like the Christians who were Easter and Christmas, most of the Christians that would go only on Easter and Christmas. And, you know, my parents, my mom, like I said, she used to read the Bible to me at bedtime. And, you know, church was a big part of my life. And they were the ones who put me through those United Methodist missions that I went to and had me going to Sunday school and had me learning and whatnot. So they were more religious, I guess you could say, than most. But as far as their exposure to actual doctrine in Christianity, that was very sparse, and the actual knowledge that they had of the Bible was very limited, except to maybe devotions.
How did you first hear about Islam?
So the first time I heard the name Islam was September 11th, 2001, when I was in 8th grade, and everyone's speculating, and then I heard this thing. Never even heard the word Islam before. Never heard the word Taliban before. Never heard the word Muslim before. It's like that day I heard all these terms, like, what is this? Okay, something from something place, right? Okay, and that was it. It wasn't even until, heck, probably more than 10 years later, more than that I even learned the first thing about Islam, that Islam was a religion given from an angel in a cave to this man named Muhammad. So, and even that's all I knew until the day I prostrated. That was it. Knew nothing.
What attracted you to Islam?
Nothing. Nothing attracted me to Islam, and that was the problem, is that I didn't have exposure. No Muslim ever came and tried to show me anything about Islam. Nothing ever caught my interest. That's why what happened with me is so unique, because I made prostration, and it was there at this time when I prostrated, as soon as my head hit the ground and I'm asking, begging, pleading for Allah to guide me, that I was somewhere else. I thought that I had died. In the dream, to shorten it all up, I was commanded to follow the Prophet Muhammad until the day that I died, alayhi salatu wasalam. And I said, if my Lord commands it, and if this is the truth, then I have to do it. So I get up from my dream, read the Quran, start bawling my eyes out, and said, this is the truth, and I've got to follow it. So nothing attracted me to Islam. I just knew that whatever my Lord tells me to do, I will obey him. And so I technically became Muslim first and learned about Islam after, right? And every step of the way, the more I learned, it just kept confirming that this was the truth. I learned more, yeah, still the truth. Learned more, yeah, still the truth. And every piece of new information I got only solidified my stance as a Muslim.
When did you take your Shahada, and how was that experience?
So I took my Shahada 1 week later, January 24th, 2014. On a cold winter day at Masjid Hamza there in Houston, Texas. And I was shocked. I walked into this place. My first question was, did somebody steal all the chairs? Because, mind you, yeah, the week before, literally I had my vision on a Jummah, like at 12, 1:30, at the time of Jummah, very specific time. So 1 week later I get to an actual masjid. So I have no knowledge about it. And even on the way, I didn't know what Muslims were like. I never met them yet. And I even thought in my head on the way driving there, like, what if these people really are terrorists? Right? Like, you know, I was neutral towards Islam.
Aku pernah dulu kat airport tu.
Islamophobe, not one of those guys who was,
dulu dekat CF kan. Dekat, ya Allah, apa nama kedai makan sekarang dekat sebelah bengkel kat CF tu. Dulu kedai Kelantan situ. Sekarang dah kedai lain ke masih kedai Kelantan yang sekarang? Tapi dulu kedai Kelantan situ.
Just the regular
dapat job
stuff,
belah.
being a cowboy, I just
Sebab ingat, besok lah bayar, besok tu datang bayar.
And so, but I started thinking, what if these guys really are kind of crazy? And then on that drive, I was like, I don't care. I told myself, this was interesting. I didn't know anything about Ibrahim alayhi salam. I was like, even if I'm the only person on the face of this earth that is a Muslim, whatever, who's doing the right thing. I don't care if everyone's a terrorist. I don't care if all these guys are crazy. I said, God, if you want me to do this, and this is the path you want for me, I'll do it. Even if I'm a man apart, all alone, and everyone else got it wrong, or they're doing the wrong thing, I said, you want me to go become a Muslim and obey you and follow the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, I'll do it. So I get to the masjid. It was weird. It was weird.
Alhamdulillah.
So welcomed. It felt unnatural at first, and then they take me. I thought I was about to go swimming, bro, to get all wet. I was like, why do I gotta get wet before I come into the masjid? What is all this? But I was accepting. I was ready. Like, I was in that state of pure submission. I didn't care. But it just seemed strange. You know, I'm going to go to this splashy place with all these big water faucets. Everyone's literally, water is just dripping everywhere. And I'm like, man, it's so wet. I'm worried about getting my socks wet. But I did it. They're like, you got to do this. This is. And then they started explaining. I'm like, okay, purification. Okay, I get this now. So I made wudu, and we go in there, and I had I would carry that big Yusuf Ali. I mean, bro, this thing is this big, because it has like massive commentary at the bottom, big red one. And I carried that with me. I was wearing shirts. It was a fishing shirt, but it was like Texas A&M fishing shirt. And I go sit in like the third row, and I didn't pray Tahiyat al-Masjid, didn't know that yet, so I prayed Salah right when we prayed Jummah. And so I'm sitting there and I'm reading the Quran, waiting, just randomly opening up. I remember reading about Ad and Thamud. And then it's time for the khutbah. And Sheikh Kamal al-Makki, pretty big guy. He stopped doing dawah now. He just trains people in dawah. He was given a khutbah, and it was about the first thing that Adam was taught, right, which was Assalamu alaikum. After Alhamdulillah for sneezing, the first lesson that Allah taught Adam was the greetings, like how to greet somebody. And he created the angel Gabriel, Jibreel alayhi salam, and taught how to say salam, the etiquette of salams, to reply with that which is better. Salam, assalamu alaikum, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. And that had a very big impact on me. But nothing prepared me for what happened next. I couldn't have known what was about to happen. Like, I knew I was there. Like, they didn't even tell me. They're like, you got to come to the masjid to make this official ceremony. I didn't know what I was going to say. Because in my heart, I was like, I already accept whatever all this is. Like, I've submitted. So from hereafter perspective, I'm a Muslim, right? Whatever you say, God, I obey. So I didn't know anything about a shahada and what I got to say. But then he invites me to come up to the front in front of all these people. And I started feeling this. It's almost like, you know, shaitan comes, and it's like every chance he can get, he wants you to not take the next step. Like from the beginning of that day, you know, it was like, you know, hearing the whispers, it's freezing outside because it was like right at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like right where it freezes. It was at 31 for most of the morning, and so they shut roads down because the roads were icing over. My parents were like, it's too dangerous, you shouldn't go, because it was an hour and 15-minute drive. Like, we lived way out, man. It was a long drive, and I was like in these dangerous conditions. Most of the roads in Houston were shut down. Every step was, you shouldn't go, don't do this. And I was like, no, I'm going to fight the forces of shaitan. I'm going to defeat him today. I'm going to be victorious over the devil. So I could feel that pull, but I was in one of those moments of utter defiance. So I'm submitting to Allah, but every time the devil would come and whisper something, it was almost, alhamdulillah, it was too easy to just say, nah, I'm gonna do this. You have no control over me anymore. You have no hold on me. You're nothing. And so I remember that the thought would come in for a second. I'm like, no, I'm about to say this. And I knew that whatever I'm about to do is going to change everything forever, but I didn't know the feeling I was about to get. So when Kamal,
the proper etiquette for serving and eating a candy bar, a small pair of candy scissors to neatly open a package, cut the candy bar into bite-sized morsels.
No, this is the proper etiquette to serve a candy bar. You just give it to them. No need to use candy scissors. It's a candy bar, not a baby gender reveal party. But if somehow they eat it, likely because they were married and think the world revolves around them, Just use your hands. Yes, hands. If you try using a gun, someone's getting shot, and it won't be the candy. Start by grabbing the tip. That's what she said. And elegantly tear it open as such, and give it to them. No need to put it on a candy plate or use cutlery to eat it, because that would be a joke. And let's be honest, they already have one as their president. I'm gonna build a wall.
The proper etiquette for serving and eating a candy bar.
If I understand correctly, a husband does not require his wife's permission to enter into a second marriage. In such a case, if the husband chooses to take a second wife, does the first wife have the right to a divorce solely based on emotional distress such as jealousy or resentment, assuming there was no condition in the marriage contract prohibiting a second marriage?
There is no one size that fits all. Women differ. A woman who knows that her husband is going to take a second wife and insists on divorcing him, on breaking the marriage, Allah Azza wa Jal will deprive her from entering paradise and finding the scent of it, though the scent of paradise is detected 40 days of travel or 40 years of travel, as per the hadith. So he would not even come close to it. This, if she demanded divorce without any legitimate reason, he wants to get married again, I will show him. I will break the marriage. I will take the children under custody. I will break his heart as he's attempting to break my heart. It's only vengeance and trying to get even. Nothing Islamic, nothing calling for that. So this woman is sinful. Other women, truly and really and genuinely, because no one can know what's in their heart except Allah, and they can convince everybody.
Sir, I think your cousin has returned.
Yeah.
What? The hell, dude? Why did you leave the door?
I didn't know the door.
Where's my dog?
Okay, well, this is why you had no issues.
What about it? It's not healthy, is it?
Come on. Thanks for watching it, bitch.
She likes to go and party on other planets.
Sir, I think your cousin has returned.
Yeah.
What? The hell, dude? Why did you leave the door?
Why do you want to work? I know it's my dad's making me do. I'm sorry, I want him to be married, make his own money. Only pay minimum wage here is $16, but you get benefits. Like you pay 16 for work every day. Per hour. What if you send 25 per it's not a source check. So what would you be doing? Making money. And to do what with? To sell them, give them 80 an hour and a deal. That's no way. I don't even make that money. Haram, so you're bored. Dad, this is fast food. It's fast food, so if it's so fast, why is it flexible like this? Supply with that. So you do understand sales. I never said I don't have even short staff. $80 an hour. The highest we go is 18, 5 off. So 100. Okay, 20, 60, 20. 65. You're going up, you're going down. Looking 30 an hour to be honest. Guys, I don't want to work. Why do you want to work here? I don't. My dad is making it. I'm sorry, I want them to be because I want money. Well, we pay minimum wage here, $16, but you get benefits with your base.
So there's me thinking like a maniac. So my dive buddy friend turns around and he sees me and he's like, I could just see it in his eyes, like, oh my God. There's a lot of talk about diversity, Mike, but there's not enough talk about unity. Because how can I not be torn in two when you've got like Irish culture, mummy, and a Malay father? Panic attacks come when you feel like you've lost who you were. And nobody prepared me for that. It's postnatal depression. It's not very widely talked about. There's actually a term in the Malay society called meroyak, gila, you're crazy, whatnot. And we talk a lot about mental health in Malaysia, but we don't do much about it. The women can't just constantly be the villains and the victims and the cheaters or the cheated. The pressures to look like something you're not, the plastic surgery, the everything. And I feel like I'd love to sit with people who are struggling or haven't struggled yet and at least give them like a map of a structure of how to sort of navigate through what's coming. It's all coming back to me now.
We're about to get scared unless we can make this place spotless. And we only have an hour. Moving out of your apartment in Japan pretty much means going broke. The landlord is going to come and charge us for everything that doesn't look brand new. Even if the windows came broken so they're growing black mold. And the smoke detector was leaking water from upstairs. If we don't hustle to clean this place up, they're going to charge us to replace everything on top of the deposit and cleaning fee. And with only 5 minutes left, I still have to clean this huge blue stain our used couch left.
Never trust Facebook Marketplace.
And Ben needs to handle his toilet footprints. Spend a lot of time on the pod, huh? Then the inspector is here, and he does not let us off easy. And I guess landlords suck everywhere. Because even after all that, he's charging us for every crumb left on the floor. We're about to get scared unless we can make this place spotless. And we only have an hour. Moving out of your apartment in Japan pretty much means going broke. The landlord is going to come and charge us for everything that doesn't look brand new. Even if the windows came broken so they're growing black mold. And this...
Side dish, and another side dish. Main dish. Oh, this is supposed to be Irashaimase! Don't be French. Get out of here.
Boss, te daré satu.
Te daré now! Side dish, and another side dish. The main dish. Oh, this is supposed to be something. Irashaimase! Don't be French. Get out of here.
Boss, te daré satu.
Te daré now! Side dish.
ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين.
I am a reaper, and I was taught how to pray salah. That means every single time I pray,
The person who heard me gets the reward.
5 times a day, from Fajr to Isha.
If you want to support someone like me in learning Salah,
Then sponsor 10 people for just £100 in this room. Remember the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, charity does not decrease wealth. Click the button and donate now.
Lucy, how you doing, Lucy? Are you coming back from work or where you been?
Just kind of guessing in life.
You're guessing in life? Sister, have you ever wondered what's the purpose of life? Why am I here? Where am I going? not so much me, but other people I've had that thought about.
But do you ever think to yourself, like the way you're created, you know there's some unique things about yourself. Your fingerprint, for example, your DNA, yes? And maybe it's in your teeth. No one's teeth is the same as others. Our teeth structure. So it's like a unique ID. Like my fingerprint doesn't match your fingerprint. My DNA is completely separate to yours. So the question is the following. It's impossible that a randomness can give rise to this. There has to be a lawmaker because there's order. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So do you believe in a higher being?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so we believe, we're Muslims, we believe that God is one. We call him Allah, it means the true God. So we say the following, sister. This being that you believe in, do you believe it's energy or do you believe it's a personal being?
I don't know right now. I'm kind of willing to learn.
Okay, perfect. Let me give you an example. Behind us we have like this picture, but imagine that was a painting. Let's suppose that was a painting, yeah? By looking at that painting, we know a lot about the painter. For example, number one, that he exists. So if this was a painting, we would know that somebody painted it. Yeah? Number two, we would know that they wanted to paint. They had the will to paint. Number three, we would say that they had knowledge. Because without knowledge, you can't do anything. And also, they had to have some kind of power to paint, to do the painting, yeah? So now, when I look at you, or when you look at me, you will understand that we are some kind of like a painting or a design. So then the question comes to the following. If a being exists, then he has to have attributes, meaning he willed to create us, so he must have a will. He must be the all-knowing. Why? Because you are made out of DNA. DNA has information. Do you know that? Yeah, okay. So information requires intelligence. So that means that being has to be the all-knowing. He has to be the all-powerful. For example, today you ate.
Yes.
You were sleeping. Your heart beats. So we say that he has to be the sustainer because if he's created us, he's the one that makes our heart beat. He's the one that provides us nourishment. The fact that my stomach can take the food that I eat and give me nutrition.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand and I believe what you're saying. But I hope that this, whatever you're filming me for,
what did I do? Sorry, forgive me.
I hope that this is tempered with my own vision, whereby I believe in what you're doing, it's beautiful, and I think it's wonderful. But I have my own vision of God.
Sure, what is that? Do you mind sharing it with us?
It's my own personal.
Okay, okay.
It's a personal God. It's
okay, that's
one. I don't wake up every morning and like pray to God. I know that life is going to be okay, and I've been through a rough ride in life. But I hope that this isn't going to be kind of without like.
Just having a nice discussion.
I do believe in certain excerpts of the Quran. I do believe in the Quran, but I also believe in other things like Buddhism. I believe in spiritualism. I believe in other parts of humanity, and I think that is part of humanity. Is that?
Of course, I mean, we're here, like for us, sharing this information with you, it's just to, get to understand each other better. So to us, like we said, we don't believe God is a man or a woman. We believe he's one being. He's not in the creation, he's not a man or a woman, he's not a statue. We believe he's all powerful because he's created millions of species. So what we say is that, argument's sake, if I give you an example, if I said to you, I'll give you £10 billion, but you're going to die tomorrow, would you take it?
You can give me every kind of question or £10 billion, but I live on this earth in complete peace.
That's good.
And I walk day in and day out, and I wake up and I'm thankful for my life.
That's good. Gratitude is very important. Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
And I pray to a higher power.
Okay.
And now that higher power may be for you, Allah, or for somebody else, Buddha, or maybe for somebody else, Christ. I don't know. But for me, it's somebody, I don't know, that I'm finding out right now.
Okay, that's good.
And I'm okay with that.
Okay, that's good. Is there anything you would like to know about why we worship Allah? If you have any questions, I would like to share that with you. Or are you happy where you are? Would you like to maybe I want to know about Islam or what?
I am completely peaceful in my life.
Okay, fantastic. I'm very happy to hear that. It's good to know that you're peaceful, and I hope God increases your peace. To us, we believe that the closer we are, and I think it's true, you have a relation with God Almighty, the closer closer you get to, the peace will grow. And I'm happy for you.
Yes, and I feel that we're on the same path.
Yeah, definitely.
And I wish you well, my brother.
Can I sister, what's your name?
Lucy.
Sorry, just out of respect, we don't shake hands up as a gender. Yeah, just out of respect.
Or nothing.
Without touching it. No. You know why? Because we believe every woman is like a queen, you know, and we believe, for example, that's our way of respect. Because you know, in today's time, for example, sometimes you're in the workplace, you have male colleagues might touch your shoulder, and you want to know what's appropriate. And sometimes some people are uncomfortable. So to us, what would use with but rather there's no physical touch, because some people might be comfortable touching the shoulder hand. With us, it's just out of respect. No, 100%, because we appreciate every woman has value to offer. We are against the Western society's sexualization, objectification of women. We're really against that, you know, because it dehumanizes them. You know, a woman has so much more to offer. Why is she in front of a chocolate bar or a car? You know, so we just say that as a Muslim, from our religion, God teaches us Muslim men to lower our gaze, meaning to not look at a woman in that manner. That's why we have utmost respect to the opposite gender, and vice versa. Like my wife can't shake the hand of her opposite. It's not just a Muslim man thing. A Muslim woman is not allowed to shake the hand of a man as well. Be the Muslim one. Like if a Muslim woman in a hijab can't shake the hand, I'll say sorry, no. So just so you know, it's not because some people think it's a non-Muslim thing. It's not. Yeah, exactly.
I'm very curious though, as your Muslim wife.
Yes.
Is she like? How long have you been together?
We've been together about 6 years.
6 years. So when you reach a certain point, like clearly you've met each other and you have a very lovely relationship, etc. At some point, there will be erosion. There's going to be moments where she will seek. I don't know.
I'll be honest. It's when
she may seek somebody else, like, and that's a normal reaction from a sense of, I don't know.
So do you mean like, for example, if she comes to a point where she's not happy with me, or she wants to be with someone else? Okay, but in Islam, if that's the case, it's very simple. She has a right to divorce. She can say, for example, I do not want. What does she do? Well, very simple. Like in Islam, there is no force. Like for example, in Christianity, you cannot get a divorce. In Judaism, if the man doesn't give you the divorce, you're married to him for eternity. In Islam gives the right to a woman to divorce 1400 years ago. Meaning, if she's not, and by the way, some people don't know this, if a woman is sexually not satisfied in the bedroom, as a Muslim woman, she has every right to say, I would not like to be with you. Islam gives her full right to divorce.
So why is, sorry, I've got some questions.
No, please.
So, okay, that's on one part, but also, certain Muslim men get 4
wives.
Okay, why is that?
Okay, so what Islam does is, Islam is pragmatic. So for example, let's take ourselves a bit, there's reasons. So let's go a couple of 100 years ago. We didn't have Tesco's around the corner. It was a tribal living style, in the sense where you need to understand, for example, if I have 4 wives, I can impregnate all 4 of them. They know who the father is, they know who the mother is. So before we had all DNA and who the father is, number 1. So number 1 for lineage. Number 2, for example, for survival. Because you need to understand, you've got different tribes, there's wars happening. So in order to increase your population, that is one reason. Number 2, usually men die in wars. Like for example, World War II, there was an instance, I don't know if it was in the UK or France, so many men died that they would encourage men to get married. So educate, that's number 2. Number 3, for example, there is many other reasons. For example, even if at today's time, there's far more men who are homosexuals. So which means there are more women that are single and can't find a partner. So what Islam says is the following: if it's going to be done, it has to be done in the right way. Now, let me give you the reason that applies to today. How many men do you know who have side chicks, mistresses and girlfriends who cheat on their wives? So what Islam says is the following, sister: if you are going to do it, you have to do it in a correct way without degrading this other woman. So what men usually do is the following: they say, okay, I have a wife, but I have the innate desire to be with another woman. Okay, what they do is they mistreat that other woman by arguing, saying she's just a side chick. Islam says no, it doesn't work like that. If you are going to do it, you are going to do it the proper way. How you married your first first wife, you have to marry her. You gave her dowry. You know what dowry is?
Dowry, yeah.
You have to give the dowry to the second wife. You buy her a car, you buy her a car. You buy her a phone, you buy her a phone. What that does is, it says equality to a certain degree. So what the man does is, he's thinking, okay, I just want to be with the second wife just for sex. So Islam says, you can't do that because you have to be the father. So he's thinking, oh my gosh, I have to go through all these obstacles. It deters a man to do it the right way. So what we do is, in today's time, there's so many men. In France, to have a mistress is fashion. It's like a casual thing. So what Islam says is, no, you are not allowed to degrade another woman and use and abuse her. If it's going to be done, let it be done the right way.
I mean, that makes mind okay.
Yeah. Obviously, as a female, like even for my wife, it's something that it's not easy because sharing your man. But what Islam does deals with the pragmatic reality of life.
You can imagine as like a Western woman, though, to date like a man like yourself.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how hard that is? And like to understand that, particularly on dating apps.
Yes, but do you mean like if somebody wanted to marry me, that maybe?
No, like as in, can you imagine your belief system?
Oh, okay, yes.
And so
yes.
And we have to. Sorry, I'm here as like westernized. Sorry, I'm open to all sorts, but
to be honest,
but I am here to accept everybody. My daughter is mixed race.
Well, okay.
But to be open to people that we don't know this. So how?
So do you mean it's hard to grasp the idea of this specific thing?
Yeah, I don't think we're given enough knowledge of it.
It's not, but what it is if you think about it, sister, polygamy or polygyny is something that is practiced by non-Muslim men. So there are so many men who do not follow Islam that do polygyny, but they do it the wrong way. What Islam does is it says, look, here's protocols to do it the right way. Because otherwise, what do men do? They go have one night stands, sleep around, have children. Do you know what I'm saying? So what Islam does, Islam has come to protect the communal rights. So it says, hold on a second, you can't go and sleep around, have children, abandon them. No, you have to take care of them, you have to marry them. So what Islam does is take men into account via polygyny by saying, if it's going to be done, here's the protocols and it should be done the right way. But so many men do it the wrong way.
But is it men that are the problem?
It's not a must. No, it's not a must. Look, Islam...
No, but is it men though? Is it men? Like, are you the problem? Are you?
I would say,
like every like. I'm sorry. So like, let's call a spade a spade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I live my life in peace. Yeah.
Yes.
Like every now and then, I'd like. Sorry to sound blunt. Every now and then, I'd like to have a shag. Yeah. Every now and then. Have a shag every now and then.
Intimacy.
With
your partner, or are you talking about something?
Just in general, I'm single. I live my life single because I have raised my child. I've dealt with lots of problematic men, but I'm sorry, I decided to live my life single and free because men are just right now a bit too much for me.
So, and I don't blame you. And this is the reason why it's so important to follow a way of life. You know, my sister, you've come across all of these deadbeat men who have come and given you maybe I don't know the reality, false promises, may have broken your heart and come into your life and left you. This is why it is so important and pertinent for a man. As a Muslim man, I cannot date. All I do is a serious thing called it's marriage or not marriage, which means the following: Islam protects your heart because you have had experience with these men who have broken you that you cannot even trust them.
Listen, can I tell you right now? I am leaving for the UK. I am traveling to meet business partners in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and mashallah, I believe in what you're saying.
Okay.
I believe in everything.
I like mashallah.
My mother looks after some of the most amazing families in Saudi Arabia, but I don't think we can compare them to the shit men of what I'm talking about now.
But what I'm saying is these men, the reason, excuse my language, I'll call them crap instead of that word. The reason why these men are like that is because society, you see when the core, Islam deals with the core. Islam tells men to be real men. Allah tells me in the Quran, tell the believing men to lower his gaze. Meaning, number one, do not sexually objectify women. In today's time, these men watch pornography. Women are sexually objectified. So what it does is they dehumanize women to a state that when they are with you, you don't even know their true intentions. That's the reason why Islam is given a protocol. Argument saying, if when I met my wife, I had to speak to her father. Why? Because a man knows a man. But do you know why, sister? You know why? Because number one, I fear God. Number two, I'm not here to play around. My wife, I had to. There was a like when I was getting to know her, there was a chaperone, somebody there. Why? Because Islam gives heavy emphasis on the protection of one's heart. So protect her and protect me. Because imagine what happens in today's society: have casual sex, casual dating. Do you know what that's doing to your soul? You are giving your trust of your body, your heart to a man's hand or a woman's hand, because there's some women there as well, and they're crushing and giving it back to you, crushing and giving it back to you. So Islam is saying no dating before marriage. If you are serious, number one, you speak to the father. Number two, there's going to be a chaperone dating, so you don't take advantage of her. Number three, if you decide to marry her, you need to give her a dowry. Like for example, when I married my wife, I provide for everything because Islam says yes, exactly. So what that does is it protects my wife's heart. Not she doesn't need to think about, oh, is he messing around? Which girl? My wife, I have no female friend.
Proceed 13 minutes to touchdown Berminat.
You know why?
You should be allowed. No, but that's the whole thing. You shouldn't be allowed to have female friends.
Let me tell you why. Because men and women cannot be friends. There's studies that show this. You know why? The reason why.
That's why with me and you disagree.
Okay, but let's talk about studies. Studies say, sister, a man and a woman, they are created and
are you driven by studies?
Okay, I'm driven by my religion. I'm just saying studies that.
You know what? Can I give you a really honest opinion? As a really honest woman, yeah? I've been single for 7 years, yeah? I literally went through hell.
So sorry to hear that.
And I met some really nice men along the way, and we you know what? Also in the same breath, because I wanted to date, so I put myself on dating. So I put myself on, and those apps are hell.
Yes, they are. They are.
They are.
Yes.
Awful.
Yes.
They are God's worst work.
Yes, yes.
And I put myself on them to try and meet somebody. I took myself onto it. There's a one guy I met. He was a very kind man, very kind man. And we speak, and he said, I said, I don't like you as anything more. And he said, it's only dear friend. And that's all I ask. And we remain good friends.
Okay. I would say that's abnormal. That can happen. I would never say it can't happen. With Islam, we deal with prevention is better than cure. Because men and women have that attraction to one another, it's to protect myself and protect, because you know what? Everyone has a propensity to cheat. It's if you put yourself in certain environments. You get it? Now, you might call that a friend, sister, for argument's sake, one day he drops you home, you have a drink, something like this. So what Islam says, no, let's deal with the evil by preventing it rather than doing it and then going looking for a cure. So to me, I have no female friends. Number one, because my religion says it. And number two, my wife wouldn't appreciate it. And I don't have, I don't even have to shake the hands of the opposite gender. And even when I'm speaking, if you notice, I put Islam. Why? Because I don't want them to have the idea that I'm trying to, maybe service them or something. So to me, why? Because I value my wife, I value my religion, I value the one that has created me. So these things are there in places that, you know why? Because society says what? Have friends, have a casual drink, have this, but they all lead to atrocities in the sense where you're destroying your soul. You shouldn't be having this experience with these men who have treated you in this manner. Of course, you get it?
But I also think you are allowed as a human being, against your religion, to have a relationship with men or women. Yeah, you should walk free on this earth.
Okay.
And you should,
of the time.
So are you judging your
I know myself. Yes, I know myself. You know why?
But is that the Quran's mind?
No. That's me as a man, how God has created me. Like, for example, let me put it like this. For example, you're a woman and you know how a woman can be. Correct? You're a female. So for example, imagine you have a husband. And your husband says there's this work colleague at work, yeah? As a woman. So imagine you see them a little bit close. A friend says I'm a friend. As a woman, would you not think, hold on a second. I know how some woman could want to grab another man from his family. So you would throw yourself in that position and say, I have the propensity to do that, not that I would, she may do. So what Islam says this, those things can happen. It's better that there is no friendship. Like for example, I'm talking to you. However, I have no female friends which are talking. I have no need to talk to them in no way, shape or form. And let me tell you what, for example, casino. Do you believe casino is a good place or a bad place?
I don't really give a shit.
Well, it destroys people's lives. It destroys people's lives.
So I mean, like, I'm going there for like a joke with money.
Exactly, but you know some jokes that go in there. There's one man that I was watching a documentary. He was about to take his life because he lost hundreds of thousands of pounds just by one sip. There are people who become alcoholics with one cup. So what we're saying, choose system. But what I'm saying is Islam says if that one cup is going to make you a drunkard, don't do it. If one slot machine is going to turn you into a gambling addict and you're going to spend your children's money on gambling, don't do it. If that friend that you're going to have is going to cause you to commit adultery, it's better not to do it. And if you have children, right? Okay, imagine your child says, I want to try cocaine. Do you see that reaction? Because you care about them. And guess what God's reaction is for you? Because God cares about you. Things that are going to ruin you, he says no. Just the way your child will say, but mom, I want to be free. Let me just try cocaine. You say no, it will ruin your life. The same thing with God. God cares about you more than your own mother. So he's saying, these things, don't do it.
Thank you. Can I tell you thank you? Because tonight my partner dies. He died.
So sorry to hear that.
2 weeks ago. Tomorrow is his funeral.
Sorry to hear that. This is your ex-husband?
He's my ex-partner.
Yes.
He's 45.
Yeah.
And his funeral is tomorrow at 12.
Sorry to hear that.
So I hope you pray for him, because I pray because his body, he's not a rusted soul. So whatever religion you believe in, I hope we can, as a Christian, as a Muslim, I hope, like, maybe we can say a prayer to him.
I'm sorry to hear that. We hope that we believe that God is the most just and God will never punish a soul unjustly. And we believe God will never ever, if he was a man who didn't hear about Islam, we even believe he has a chance of entering paradise. So, if God is the most just.
Maybe ask him, Raven Joe, please cast a balance. You're here with us. You choose him now.
So much for your support on the latest K-pop Demon Hunters video today.
You know you're single, right? Yeah, I am aware of that. Why? Meeks brought a friend over. Double date? No, dude, I mean, like, we're going to love her. She is such a free spirit, this mystery woman. Just in the other room. Heard that, right? You don't need to be nervous, buddy. Time to get back on that horse. I hate you. Love you. Hey, sorry, you're forced into this woman. I like her. No, she's incredible, right? There is a perfect woman interpreted dancing in the dark. I do not believe what I'm hearing. In 2024, and you are here. So she's a little quirky. Having it happen. I'm being a little shallow. So she's a little quirky. She's a little quirky. She's a little quirky.
permintaan Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Yang diminta. Dia kata apa? Qala rabbi fa'anzirni ila yaumi yub'atsun. Boleh tak kau panjangkan umur aku sampai hari kiamat? Kalau dia ikut tafsir yang menjadi nak masukkan syaitan ke dalam syurga adalah bulan-bulan. Bulan yang main liga-liga kita syurga. Dia berarti nak masuk dalam bulan kita syurga balik. Sebab itu benda-benda sihir amat sinonim dengan bulan. Orang yang beli bulan banyaklah turun yang kamu semuanya. Dalam tafsir At-Tabari 4 yang diturunkan. Itu Klinik Jameaton turun kamu semuanya 4. Adam, Hawa, Iblis dan juga ular. Memanjangkan kehadiran Allah Subhanahu wa taala ini dengan lipat kurnia rahmatnya pada bagi ini kita menyambut insan kita. Pagi ini saya kongsikan mengenai kisah Iblis. Kita mengenal musuh kita, kisah Iblis tapi kita kenal, maka kita dapat memperkongsikan jaga kita daripada akar Iblis ini. Okey. Dia berasal dari ciri kanan dan ciri Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Long time ago. Sebelum wujudnya manusia ini, dunia ini dihuni oleh jin. Dan ciptaan jin ini
Make things to Nutella. Why? And you'll be amazed by the result.
I'm really amazed that grown adults come up with recipes like this. Now where's my mixer?
Great power comes great responsibility.
I feel partially responsible for that. Sorry, Uncle Ben.
This is the right consistency.
This is the wrong consistency, and I don't exactly know why.
In a large bowl, add 5 well-chilled egg whites and beat everything very well until it becomes foamy and forms stiff peaks.
Alright, let's try this again. Responsible. This is taking forever. Great power also comes in stiff peaks. Let's just move on.
Add the Nutella mixed with the egg yolks and mix to combine.
My Nutella's consistency is still very inconsistent.
Take this time to share this video.
Take this time. So you looked at this, and thought this moment is the highlight of this recipe. This looks worthy of a share.
Once that's done, grease a baking pan by brushing it with unsalted butter.
Since it looks slightly more appetizing, I'm going to call it done. So we prepare the pan with butter.
Easy. Add a sheet of parchment paper covering the bottom.
Arts and crafts side quest. Why not?
Add the Nutella batter we prepared and spread it evenly.
Is this really considered batter now? Not just a jar of Nutella with some eggs?
Place it in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius and bake for 25 minutes.
At least we get clear instructions this time. Maybe I won't burn it. Maybe.
Meanwhile, in a medium bowl, add 100 grams of white chocolate.
So apparently baking an entire jar of Nutella is just not enough sugar. We have to supplement it with a little white chocolate.
Add 100 grams of heavy cream and mix until combined.
So the heaviest cream I could find was whipping cream, but I don't think it makes a difference to the level of diabetes we can unlock.
After the cake is baked, cut a piece and transfer it to a nice plate.
Hey, it's not burnt, and it's a Nutella brownie.
Why the f*** are you wearing a suit? Is that the first interview question? Or this is McDonald's. You can literally wear anything and you're hired. Is this a resume? Yeah, I just thought that. I'm another one just in case. Why the f*** are you here? Because I hate myself? So, like, is there any vertical mobility in the company? Yeah, getting the hell out of here. Well, I was looking at the job board and I noticed that this isn't a corporate job. In fact, this isn't even an interview. You're just here so I know you exist and I can get you on payroll. Gotcha. So McDonald's was founded in 1955. Their core values are integrity, inclusion. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, just listing facts about the company. I heard it was good to know for interviews. No. Want to know our core values? No days off and shut the f*** up. I didn't see that on the website. That's it. This interview's over. Get the hell out of here. What's that noise? Oh, our ice cream machine's jammed again. It happens all the time. Oh, wow. I have no idea how to fix one of those. Boy, welcome to the f***ing team. Why the f*** are you wearing...
good director. This game is for all former performers, so come on down. The way this game works is they call it right away. They're going to act out a film scene. Gary will be the director who's going to give the actors different notes on how to improve the scene. And gentlemen, the scene you'll be acting out is that Dr. Frankenstein, Ryan, is bringing his monstrous to life when suddenly a horde of angry villagers, all played by Wayne, break in. Whenever you're ready, gentlemen.
So how do you like it so far?
I gotta say, life is not what I thought it would be.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
I've given you a nice set of breasts, I might say that.
Well, thank you very much, Doctor.
Look, I have ulterior motives for bringing you to life.
What do you mean?
I'm a lonely man.
I'm seeing someone else.
What? How could you? I just made you.
When you weren't looking, I made something else.
All right, where's the monster?
Hey, son, come in this way.
Has anyone seen him?
Father, he scared me.
We're being attacked by a pirate, a butler, and a small boy.
Stop the acting and stop the laughing. I will not have it from the American actors. Well, we will see how good your actors now. This time I want you to do it as if you're all movie stars. From a 70s porn movie. Action!
Why don't you come have a little drink with me? Chicka wacka wow wow. Oh, I dropped my drink.
Pardon me. I wanted to see if the monster wanted to meet the monster.
That's physically impossible.
It really is. He had to have a back brace.
I do not want to see the monster.
But I do want to see you do it differently. I want to see you do it as if it was a big Hollywood musical. And action!
Heard her voice. We just didn't know it was her. Behind the glitter of... Hey, don't call me he or she, call me they. And I was like, what the f***? It took me 3 years to learn I am, you are, he is. This whole gender neutral pronoun is confusing for me. Let me tell you a story. I invited a friend to have dinner at my house the other day. And he was like, oh, I'm bringing a friend. And I said, of course, bring him. He was like, no, bring them. So I bought a lot of food. I bought briskets and pizzas and pastas. And my friend showed up at my house with one person. So I said, where are they? And he said, they're here. Sure you tell them. That they're gonna eat all of this. That's a great joke, and I agree with him. It is confusing. Really, there's two issues. There's trans and there's non-binary, and they often get conflated in our media, but they're very separate issues. Trans and non-binary. So non-binary, that's the one with the pronouns. So there's now more pronouns than there ever used to be. There's now 10 pronouns. I'll quickly go through it so we're all on the same page. The 10 pronouns are he, she, they, them, it, gross, what is that? I will call you what you want to be called. I will treat you with respect. Always.
I'm also going to make jokes about it. My pronouns are he. Because I identify as a comedian.
This is great comedian from the UK.
Your pronouns are not for you to pick. It's how we describe you. You see that guy over there? Go talk to that man. Don't call me. Call me old. No, we're describing you. You will tell me how to describe you. You go to work now, any company, first day. My name's Skyler. I'm he, him. Yeah, we know. You got, my name is Dakota. I'm they, them. No, you're not. You know, there's a guy like, my name's Earl. I identify as plum and her. I'm the plumber. I'm the what the hell we're talking about.
I just love Kevon. He does great common sense comedy.
What are the current pronouns that you identify with? He, she. You're two opposite things at the same time? That's a powerful truth to live. Wait, actually, Zemzer, that feels true. I will affirm who you think you are as though it's who you actually are. Oh no, actually, I just switched back. He, she again. What are your current pronouns that encapsulate the entirety of your being and therefore you identify with? I go by person, place, or thing. Whoa, nouns and not pronouns? Yeah, I started to get concerned that I was mistaking my imagination for reality. I was changing my mind all the time about pronouns because I'm not inherently happy within myself. So I wanted to minimize the risks that I was just believing something about myself that's not actually true. So I had some medical tests done to objectively determine what my correct pronouns are. The result just came back. I tested negative for pronouns, but positive for nouns. Well, person, place, or thing, I will address you accordingly. Thank you! That makes me feel safe.
JP Seal is just a legend, honestly. I just love how he points out the insanity of the left.
No, women. I mean the old-fashioned ones. You know, the old-fashioned women. Oh, God. You know, the ones with wombs. Oh. Those fucking dinosaurs. No, I love the new women. I know the new women. They're great, aren't they? You know, the new ones we've been seeing lately. The ones with beards and cocks. They're as good as... gold, I love them. No, it's the old-fashioned. And now the old-fashioned, they're like, oh, they want to use our toilets. Why shouldn't they use your toilets? For ladies. They are ladies. Look at their pronouns. What about this person isn't a lady? Well, it's penis. Exactly. Her penis, you fucking bigot. What if he rapes me?
Assalamualaikum.
What if she rapes